My name is Blessing. My role at Seco is Senior Developer Relations Engineering. And what that means is that I'm the bridge between Seco and developers, essentially builders. How many of us here are builders? By show of hands. Oh, amazing. Okay. All right. So today I'll be taking us through how to create gasless transactions with Circle's Web3 services. And the takeaway that I'm looking that we all take away from this workshop or from this talk is that we can see our abstracting away complexities to be able to create Web3 solutions and payment solutions for pretty much everyone, right? Pretty much for someone like my wife, who is not so technical to be able to use Web3 solutions. For my mom, who is also not technical, to be able to use Web3 solutions. So first thing that you see right here is something I like to call the Circle technology stack. And if you're not familiar with Circle, Circle is the issuer of the stablecoin USDC and EURC. So, and Circle makes it easy for you to be able to transact with cryptocurrency and make use of the blockchain infrastructure. So what you see right here is on the base layer, you have your blockchain networks. You've got Ethereum, EVM compatible blockchains, and so many other blockchains, which USDC is being issued natively. And then on top of that, you have what we call the stablecoin protocol. And the stablecoin protocol pretty much is the USDC, EURC, and something we call CCTP, which is the Circle's cross-chain transfer protocol. And it lets us move USDC across chain easily. So if I've got my USDC on Ethereum, I can move that to Avalanche, and then vice versa, opening up that liquidity and making sure everyone have access to stablecoin on different chains. And then you've got the bridge USDC. But what I'll be talking about today is the Web3 services. And Web3 services present to you a set of APIs, a set of tools, developer tools, that you can use to be able to build Web3 solutions, pretty much like the traditional solution. And what do I mean by traditional solution? For example, we used Revolut mobile application. We should be able to use Web3 solutions just like that, where the user will be able to sign in, get access to a wallet, and then they've got their digital tokens on that wallet, and then they can easily transact with Web3, with blockchain, by just using PIN codes, and they don't have to just go through the stress of figuring out how do I get gas, how do I get access to gas, how do I memorize my seed phrases. They just transact easily, and to my point again, making it familiar with pretty much everyone, like my wife, my mom, who they are not so technical. And that's the Web3 services. On Web3 services, you've got the programmable wallet, which is essentially the wallet, right, embedded wallet, and then you have smart contract platform, and smart contract platform lets builders easily mint, deploy, smart and interact with smart contract, manage smart contract easily without having to essentially understand deeply how to write smart contract programming language. They just interact with the APIs to deploy. They can use it to mint NFT, and that will lead to creating use cases like token-gated infrastructure, like loyalty programs for businesses. And gas station lets us sponsor gas fees using the technology of account abstraction, where you've got access to a smart contract wallet. Don't worry if all these things, if you don't understand all the technical information I'm sharing, that's why I've got a demo that I would like to show everyone. I really wish the demo was pre-recorded, but I'm going to essentially work with it. So we've got user-controlled programmable wallet, and I'm going to show you essentially how to easily just, as a builder, how you can easily just build with user-controlled programmable wallet. So what you can see here is the first step is, as a builder, you generate API key. And this platform that I'm going to use is the learn.circle.com platform, created in a way that pretty much everyone can easily just follow through with a click of a button. You don't really need to understand the APIs or the technical information that is going on. You can essentially just use this. And in this workshop, we're going to transfer USDC from one wallet to another wallet, showing you essentially how everything works behind the scene, and then if you're a builder, you can take that to your team, and then they can integrate into your application. And if you're a builder, you can test this out. So the first step is to generate an API key. For this workshop, I've already generated an API key right here. I'm just going to copy that, and then I'll go back to the platform. So I'll go back to the platform, and the next step is to acquire an app ID. Essentially, an app ID is a unique identifier that lets you identify your application. So easily, all you need to do is, if you're a builder, you can see the API calls that is being that you're basically interacting with. But if you're not a builder, you can just put the API key that we got right here, and click this button, and that would get you your app ID right here. You can see we've got our app ID right here. I'll just copy it and keep it back here so that I can use that. So with the app ID that we've got the app ID, I'll go to the next step. And the next step is to create and initialize a user. So essentially what that means is that when your users sign into the application, what do? They sign in, and then they get access to a wallet to be able to transact easily. So these steps pretty quickly just walks you through how to create a user. These are the API calls that is being made easily. And then through the steps, after creating a user, you acquire a session token, and then that initializes a user account. But what we're actually particular about for this workshop is I'll put in a user ID right here. I've got one right here, so I'll just copy that easily, and then I'll put it here. So you can see that we have this on the Matic mobile blockchain. It also supports ETH Sepolia, which is the Ethereum blockchain. But easily, I'll just test this out. Yeah, so if you go back up, we just hit the execute button, and 1 second. Okay, I've already used the user ID. Let me regenerate another user ID. I'll just refresh this and copy this back. Okay. Retry. Okay. So the reason why I'm showing this step is to see how easy it is to create Web3 solutions using Circle Web3 services. So I'll hit the execute button back, and you can see right here that I've got the user token, the encryption key, and this information, they are necessary for me to create a challenge. And a challenge, you can think of a challenge as something that OTP, that essentially the user interacts with to be able to just use the application, and then you can authorize that they are the real owner of the application. So once I hit the execute button right here, boom, this is what I want everyone to see. With this, I can create a PIN code super easily for the user, and the user just inputs that on their mobile phone, and then they have access to their wallet, they have access to their account. So I'll just put something for the purpose of this demo, right? I'm not sure what that was. Okay, yeah. So this is not my real PIN code, but yeah. So I'll hit continue. I'll just do the same thing. Hopefully, I remember. I think it's the same. Okay, yeah. So right now, I've got my PIN code, but just like what happened right now, I was not sure if I would remember the PIN code again. That's why we have this next step, which is the recovery method. So I'll hit continue, and then I'll set some questions in case I forget my PIN, and then I'll be able to recover the PIN back just answering this question. So let's answer some questions. So what's my father's middle name? I'll just put something for test. Let's just put London. Obviously, London is not my dad's middle name. Well, yeah, so let's just put city. But essentially, with the answers to these questions, favorite sport team, my favorite sport team is Manchester United, and we won our game yesterday. Yeah, so I'll put sports right here. Okay, so we continue, and then, last step is I agree. Okay, yeah, so I agree. And essentially, I've got my wallet. You can see that the challenge is successful, and great job, I have my wallet status. So before I move ahead, let me see if I need to, okay, 1 second. I'll just copy this information because I might need it in like the next step. But the next step now is to check my wallet status. And with the user ID, right, I can easily just check my wallet status. I'll hit the execute button, and you can see that I have my wallet, which is a smart contract account. And what that means is that a smart contract account lets me create gasless transaction experience using that wallet without essentially sourcing for gas, making it easy for me to transact with the blockchain. So I won't go too much into the technical details, but I've got my wallet address. I'll just copy that again and put that. Let me just put it here in the document. So I'll go back to the demo, and you can see right here that we have something called a wallet ID. So wallet ID is to just identify my wallet. So I'll put this in here, and then I'll hit the execute button, and I have 10 USDC in my wallet. So my wallet essentially just, with the 10 USDC that I've got in my wallet, I can send to another person through this transaction. And that's what we are getting to shortly. So we can initiate a transaction easily. I'll just quickly run through these steps to be able to initiate a transaction super fast. I've initiated, I've gotten that. So let me move to where I want everyone to see. Okay, so here I want to send 2 USDC to someone else, right? Another destination address. So I'll put in 2, and then I'll go to to this, and then I'll carry the, I'll copy the wallet address. I think we have the wallet address in the document right here. So this is my wallet address. I'll just copy that. And I'll go back to this step, right? And then I'll put in the destination wallet address. Essentially what's happening here is that I'm sending 2 USDC to the same wallet, to my address. So I'll go back up and then copy something called the token ID, and I'll copy the second token ID because the second token ID is for the USDC wallet. The other wallet is for the Matic wallet that holds the Matic token on the Polygon blockchain. So I've copied the second token ID, and then I'll essentially just put it right here. So with this, I've got all the information that is needed for me to send 2 USDC from one wallet to another wallet. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm sending it back to the same wallet again. So once I hit the execute button, the transaction has been created. But before I complete that, think of the password we create in the previous step. I need to input the same password. So that's where completing a challenge comes in. Obviously, I don't want to send USDC to another person without putting my PIN code. So I'll put in the same password we created. Hopefully, it works. Boom. So we have 2 USDC easily in the other wallet, and the whole transaction has been done. We can validate the transaction by checking the blockchain scanner to see that, but I'll just move to the next slide, and so that I don't take too much time because I've got 20 minutes. But essentially, what I just showed you now is how to easily send USDC from one wallet to another wallet using what, and I didn't pay gas because we didn't have to source for native token. You saw the wallet for the native token, it was pretty much 0, right? So if I go to the next step, this is the important step for business people, right? Okay, so I've seen all the technical information. What exactly can I do with this? How can I take this back to my team, and then we can essentially build a great solution from there? So at Seku, we like to group this into 3 categories. The first one is dollar access, which essentially means providing access to digital dollars and offering financial stability through the ability to hold digital dollars. So with the technology stack that I showed you in the first slide, you can combine everything like pieces and then be able to build applications like wallet, where users have access to just hold USDC in their wallet, or consumer applications. And we just got back from the ETH Global Hackathon, and they built a lot of application on top of this, and it was really, really amazing to see what developers and builders are thinking about to just change the world. The second category we've got is the cross-border payment. Think of payroll platform where someone like me, so I'm from Nigeria, if my accent hasn't given it away since, but I'm from Nigeria. I moved to the UK pretty much last year, but when I was working in Nigeria, I was working with a US company, and they used to take like 3 days before I could get my salary. You just saw that I sent USDC from one wallet to another wallet in seconds. I should be able to get my salary that fast as well. So with this technology stuff, we can build a solution where someone in the US can just easily send to my wallet address and they just pay me my salary that fast. And also, I send money back home to my parents in Nigeria, and I have to go through like 2 or 3 steps because they are not familiar with crypto. I can't just easily send to their wallet address. But with this, people can start to build application that I can send my mom 10 USDC, 100 USDC, and she can use that to transact. And also international remittances to the same example that I talked about. So, and then crypto capital market, think about DeFi activities, decentralized finance activities. Actually, the first prize from the ETH Global Hackathon was someone built a DeFi protocol for community engagement. Like, it was really amazing to see how they combine all the technology to build something that amazing. And also loyalty programs. For example, if you run a coffee shop, you can use the smart contract platform, programmable wallet, to build solution where you incentivize your customers, your frequent customers, to be able to just come buy 1 cup of coffee, and then you can mint an NFT for them, and with that NFT, they can use that NFT to get, say, 25% discount on their next purchase. And these are the real-world use cases that I want us to start to think about, and then we can use that to essentially change the world, leveraging on crypto payments and the power of the blockchain. So that brings me to my last slide for today, that let's innovate with passion and build solutions that inspire the future. Thank you, everyone.